Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Solus44. We're playing another episode of MC Eternal and MC Eternal 2. And so I did some stuff off camera because I wanted to make a lot of stuff get done, and it looked like I was from the last. I reviewed my videos and I was looking at some of them, and I'm like, you know what? I've been running back and forth, or I've been doing a lot of grindy stuff. I'm not going to skip over all of it, okay? But I am going to do some stuff off camera just so that I can kind of speed up some of the process so that you can see the stuff that gets done. It doesn't mean it's like instantly done, okay? Some of it took a lot more work because this pack has got a lot of stuff in it, but it doesn't have the more, I want to say cheaty, but it's not really cheaty stuff. You notice that there's 3 waterfalls coming down. That's because I made a platform up there, and you notice that there's a wind sail for some create. So yeah, I got into create because I was thinking, how do I get renewable resources? Well, I think the easiest way to get renewable resources is from a mob farm. But the problem with it is, in this pack, even with this the silky ability that this pickaxe has, it will not break spawners without them dropping broken. And then they can be used again in Ender.io. They can be, yeah, basically Ender.io. I think that's the main one that it'll use. There's no immersive engineering in here, and there's no industrial foregoing in here, so it kind of limits me down a little bit. I did not show how to make obsidian in here, but it's easier to make obsidian in here than it is. So, like just to go get it and come back. But you got to have a renewable source of lava, and that's going to be a thing for me. So we're going to have to work towards a few things. Put it that way. So my idea was very simple, and hopefully you all have come up with other ways of gaining resources yourselves, but I want to get a Drigme farm going. So I needed to get source stones. In order to get source stones, I had to have an imbuement chamber. In order to have an imbuement chamber working, I had to have a way of growing something or getting infinite lava. And lava, I can't get to the nether. So if I can't get to the nether, lava's not exactly like infinitely coming up my way. You know what I mean? However, there is a way of getting lava through Ars Nouveau, and it doesn't show it here, but if you use the volcan, is it called the yeah, the volcanic source link, you can, it'll turn stone into magma blocks, and then from magma blocks into lava blocks around it. So I want to set something up for that. That's going to be in the future. I did clear out quite a bit of the island, as you can tell, and I grew some saplings. I didn't know that they were going to grow so large. I also made a pickaxe with the hastiest amount on it. So let me give you an example of how quick that is, since this is going to be a thing. Whole lot faster. I mean, 19 chops is kind of a lot, but it's going to miss some, though. Yeah. So making a tree farm with these types of trees is probably a no-go. But making a tree farm with create probably will work out okay. But we're not going straight through the guidebook. And good grief. Did it get all the ones? No, see, he didn't even get those. That's fine, I want to leave those. Anyway, I like the way it looks for right now. I will cut down the trees, and I'll use the resources from them. I just needed some more wood, and they were right there. I got them I went back to the adventuring place and went ahead and took care of that. Now, okay, so without going any further, this is a trash compactor. If you give it coal and you give it an item, it'll crush it down and turn it into its liquid experience. So that's very helpful. I went ahead and made a generator for integrated dynamics. Let me show you how to make that. It was the easiest one for me to make right away. Osmium's not available until you get down to another dimension, and I honestly don't even know how to get there yet, so that's off the table. So yeah, basically you have to crush down a bunch of more mineral, and then boom, boom, mix it with the furnace. Make your battery, Mix it with the furnace, you get energy. Use your energy exporter here with a card in it to export energy, and it goes in here. I have a battery right there, and it's not full because I have to keep on putting coal in here, and I don't have an infinite coal source. So I made this compressor because it's easier to make the compressor than it is to make the press for the create mod, and it's faster. And I didn't want to have to do a whole lot of create right now. I want to try and get into R's more than I want to get into create. But it's going to be like a symbiotic situation, okay? And let me show you what I'll show. I'll go upstairs. I'll go up there, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I wanted to cover something about the gliders that wasn't I didn't show you before. Now this is a basic paraglider. It is not as fast as the other paraglider, but or not as durable, really. And it does this. If you're above a campfire or you're above a spot that has a fire, like an open fire, not lava, but open fire, it'll float you. And you can see the durability on it's going away real quick. I also got a quest reward, and look at this, night vision. Oh yeah, so the ring that I had, I just put it in the grid. This ring right here that gives me gravity 1, which is like a reduction in gravity, is actually better than what it says, because now I have a lot higher jump, if you can't tell. I mean, I couldn't do this before, so I am actually kind of liking that a lot. And these is where I'm getting my source. Now, right now, everything is manual, so it kind of sucks, right? But once I get enough source, I want to create portals with Ars Nouveau and travel. Did I put my book away? Yeah, I put the book away for right now. And then travel so that I got another quest reward. I got an amble, and I used it to enchant the Picarang with reforming, which is supposedly like when you use it, sometimes it'll actually just get durability back. I don't know, but I love this thing and I don't want it to break right away, so I went ahead and used it on that. I have an enchantment with enchanted bow with infinity and power 4 now. I got that from a mob drop down in the adventure cave, and we're gonna go back to the adventure cave. I have to keep going back there. I took a steel. I found compressed iron in the adventure cave, the adventure tower. And if you smelt it inside of a blast furnace, it becomes steel. And then I took the steel and I made a sword head, and I just replaced the sword head. So it does 8.8 damage, which is, I think that's pretty good. Honestly, I think that's pretty good. Now, it has sharper on it for quartz, but you can add more blocks of quartz. It just takes a lot. Looks like if you're holding on to it, it does slowly get energy, because it just gave me a little bit. I wish you could see the durability level on it, like it does with Tinkers. Now, you cannot enchant Tinkers. I checked. I tried. Let's go ahead and take the source jar I've got and replace the source jar up top. It should be full by now. Also, we're going to make some more gems. Source gems are like a huge deal. But the logistics system in this is a little bit more complicated than other packs, because it doesn't have pipes. Well, it does have pipes, but the pipes are, and it doesn't have routers. So you guys know that I'm not going to be using routers, unfortunately. But pipe-wise, you have your pipes from Create and Ad Astra, right? But mechanical pipes, I guess I could make mechanical pipes now that I know how to make steel real easy. Compressed iron is going to be a thing then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have to do Pneumacraft. It basically says, you know what, you have to. So this is my contraption. It's not the greatest. It's missing this one right here. But I put the waterfalls on the side. I thought they looked kind of cool. I'm going to round the corners off and make it a round one. And I'm going to actually make it bigger, and then I'll make it rounded. So this is a portable storage interface, and every time that goes around, anything that's been gathered up. I got a Mage Bloom seed is somewhere. I think I was just breaking grass or something. I can't remember how I got it, but I got a Mage Bloom seed. Oh, it was a quest reward, I think, probably. I don't know. I get all kinds of quest rewards. Every day you log in, you get quest rewards and stuff. But as it goes around, you'll see it connect to here. And it just feeds all the stuff into this funnel. Now, it will not directly connect to this right here, to the a sophisticated storage barrel. I thought I could just put sophisticated storage on there and it would work. It does not, unfortunately. There's really nothing I can do, but this has given me a whole lot of resources, especially straw. I didn't think straw was going to be a thing, but straw is actually useful. You can use it to make rope. Rope is able to be burned. Every rope that you get can smelt a single item. So that's, that's something that I can use it for. It can be used to make leashes with leads. It can make compost. Now, I should, and I will, at some point replace the soil that's down here. This is just dirt right now, with compost, so that it becomes the better dirt and it grows faster. And that'll speed up the process of getting a little bit more of my source. If you have any questions on how this whole setup works, it's really just one mechanical bearing on top of a windmill bearing. The windmill bearing is facing down, and you can see it from underneath that it's got the sails on it. And its speed is actually faster than it needs to be. I actually used too many sails on it, but this is just fine. Oh, it's a blue moon right now, too, so that means that the harvesting is going to be better. But unfortunately, everything is constantly being harvested. And so this chest right here is always going to be empty. I plan on putting a void upgrade in this one, so that way it has a lot of room so that I can harvest this stuff. And then once I get integrated dynamics going where I can make the omnidirectional cable, I can connect it wirelessly to down below and everything will be all together. It's going to be a while, right? This is just cobblestone. You just put it in a 4x4 and you'll make it into bricks. Then you can take the bricks, you can turn them into stairs, you can turn them into whatever. So I had a lot of cobble, so why not? And as you can see, this is full. So I'm just going to replace it and then make some more gems. And I'm going to have to do this manually for a little while. You could set up a hopper situation with like a redstone comparator on it. With an observer. The observer would look at the item in there. When it changes, it will send a redstone pulse and then turn the items on and off. And you could like do it that way. That's a big old complicated mess, and I don't feel like setting that up. I might have to. If I do, I'll do it off camera and then I'll just show it to you guys afterwards. And really basic, simple. I just lit it up a little bit. Hopefully it's lit up enough that I don't have any mob spawns. I did claim my chunks finally because I want to be able to make sure that this stays. I upgraded my claim chunk number to 500 each, which should be fine. I don't think I'll ever use that many. Maybe. I doubt it. Okay? All right. And this is an agronomic source link. I had to manually make a lot of source gems to make all this stuff. My concern is that, if you can tell, my FPS, my frames per second's pretty good. I mean, I'm doing fine with 75s and 78s and averages and whatever. It's not bad. But the more I add moving stuff like this create contraption, the more I'll have to be concerned. And yes, I'm going to set up a tree farm. I'll do that off camera, and then I'll show you guys the results. It's one of like large builds like that. I feel like it's better for me to just get it done with instead of making y'all just watch me sit there. I mean, I'll mine and stuff a little bit here and there, and I might go adventure. I'm definitely going adventuring. But right now, the goal is to get 2 of these jars full. It's inside the other one's inside here. It's got an automatic. Oh yeah, forgot to tell you. Okay, these slime staffs suck. I don't know what else to tell you. I made it have springing, and I don't know if you can add more springing to it. I tried to, it didn't work. And then I made a diamond wand to help me build this thing. But really what the deal is it's supposed to like launch you, right? Like I thought it would like launch you way up. It barely moves you. Look, like I'm not even afraid. I also got a flamingo. Yeah, my good old friend the flamingo. I forgot to tell you that too. I have the flamingo. It doesn't work like it did before. I set the kit. It does work like it did before, but not in Craftoria. In Craftoria, it levels up and everything. I also made a totem of roots from Goethe. And if you have these rocks or these potato beetles and you get bunches of them, take them and put them in the crafting grid and you can make them stronger. Oh, overall luck is just +5 during the blue moon. Okay, so it's not just crops. I got some, I got some different little doohickeys. I don't even really care. This right here, it's for crossbows. I found out what was going on with that crossbow while it was hurting me. It's because it has a special ability called Entangled, but it also was made from Desh. So I broke it down and I was able to get the Desh off of it. Pretty simple. The Entangled, what it does is it makes it so that it's more damaging or whatever, but it also will it'll also cause you to take damage every time you unequip it. Make sense? It's got a weird warped string that, yeah, I don't really care for that ability. Or that, I guess it's an ability. The thing about Tinkers is it's all about abilities and all about upgrades. Upgrades and abilities are two different things, and it gets confusing. It really does. So yeah, I cleared out the whole entire platform as much as I could. I should probably sleep just so that I can get the daylight going. Yeah, I don't know. This might be useful for casting spells. I'll see. Maybe. I guess it can be imbued, so that means it can be used for spell casting. But I've never used one of these before. I tried to reinforce it. I wasted my reinforcements on it because why? If it doesn't work. And I should have tested it first, but that was my mistake. All right, we got 7 source gems. And that's basically it. This is just going to run pretty much forever. And I'll expand upon the area because I want to be able to do a Drigme farm. That's the whole goal, right? Like once I get the Drigme farm going, then I can get resources from the Drigme farm. I'll make it look better. I mean, adding these little platforms and stuff are just convenience. This has a range of, I believe it's 16 block radius, this agronomic source link. So it should be getting a source from all the different spots. And it's not too hard to do all this stuff because I stole most of the create stuff from the castle. I also took from the castle the bounty board. Yeah, I'm not worried about falling in the water. So we're on our way to getting this island gone. I mean, I are flattened out. It's just, yeah, you can tell it's not the easiest thing for me to do. The destruction wand is doable, but well, I wanted to keep the resources. I figured since it's here and I'm going to collect them, might as well. I got that blue. So I have the bounty board, and I was able to get the fletching, the cleric supplies, and the armor smith. And so now I can get magma creams. I can get these weird arrows, and I can even get. I mean, magma creams are a big deal. I'll be wanting a lot of those, but there's no. I don't know if there's a way to automate this thing. You know, like there's no. Look at enchantments. That's actually pretty good. I could do that one. Yeah, you can get lapis, spyglasses. You can just get various different things. Bottles of enchanting are cool. And you can tell it's epic, right? Because it's got the little purple color to it. I think that's pretty cool. I never really played with bounty boards much. But this is very useful, so you can get different, you know. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to show you guys all the stuff that I've done. Let's see. Oh, the sandwich table. So I made a sandwich station. If you take bread and you cook it inside of a furnace, you can turn it into toast that you can make. So you can just take your bread. Oh, you gotta cut the bread first. Now you got little pieces of bread. I'm even using the bundles, yeah. I don't normally use bundles, but they are helpful as heck when it came to so you got 2 pieces of bread. And yes, you can make a bread sandwich. It's silly, but you can do it. Anything you put in there, it stacks it on top. If you have an empty hand, you can pull this top item off, and just in case you accidentally put too many of an item on there. It's good for food. I already have food. You know, like you can make a combination of pretty much anything, really. And today we're gonna do a gateway pearl, a gate pearl. The creatures are not too bad. I'm a little concerned about what a necrotic farmer will do, but I think I can do okay. The rewards are really mostly saplings and stuff. Let's see. The rewards are hay bales, cactus, sugarcane, bamboo, carrot, potato, apple, beetroot, and then all these different saplings, which is really the goal. I wanted to get some more saplings because I love the blue color of those trees, but I don't know. I'm not. I prefer. Was that another scarab? All right, cool. I can show you the scarab upgrade. So you can just take your scarabs, and they get stronger. Right now it's 29. Now it's 30. Now it's 31. And basically, this one just doubles the crop harvesting, and you put it in your pocket. Now, what is this called? Lucky Rock? I think I got another Lucky Rock. You get those just for mining. I also went to and found a lush cave, but I did not get dripstone, which it didn't really make that much of a difference because now, yeah, it gives a 36% efficiency bonus, so that's something. Yeah, cool, right? The lush cave. I was hoping that you could do the dripstone thing for lava, but that's a different storage system. So, because the drawers in this one are different storage. They're from storage drawers, and storage drawers are a little different. They don't have the upgrades that go in it and that give you infinite lava. So infinite lava is going to be a thing. I think I can create an infinite lava farm using source, but I have to have something to burn. So I'll have to have a tree farm that feeds it. I think if you use the red, I gotta go get the different tree colors, the tree saps. The red one, I think it gives you the most amount of source when it burns. And like I said, the stone underneath it will convert into lava eventually. It won't be very fast though, so I think that's going to be a real bottleneck until I can get to the nether. And I won't be able to get to the nether until I can at least complete some of these gateways. So let's go ahead and set up our first portal. Do I have a source jar? Oh, I need a source. I've been making source stone. I don't know if that's enough. Let's go ahead and put those source there. Do I have a parchment? No, it's a scryer scroll. I'm thinking that Ars Nouveau might be the way to go for wireless storage as well. Usually you get these pretty quick. Oh, haha. I'll just convert that over. Because I need 2 warp scrolls. And I'll need 2 full jars of source to make these things. I don't want to have to use the waystone, but I will keep using the waystone for the castle. But I want to be able to go to that adventure tower without having to you know, now that I think about it, I bet you I can make a mob farm with that. You just have to have a way of killing the mobs and collecting the loot. I'll think about that. I may use create and just use another kind of grinding system. Because if you use the drills that swing around will hit the mobs and it'll kill them. So you can put spawners in a spot, have them spawn up there. Then you just have to have a way of collecting the items. And I don't know if there's a collector. There is a vacuum chest from Ender.io, but it requires a lot more than I have. Yeah, because I'll have to have an alloy smelter, which requires grains of infinity, but that's no problem. That's just flint. Um, it's actually an easier way. It says it hold flint in your offhand and some deep slate or cobbled deep slate in your main hand. Then shift right click a block of obsidian or crying obsidian or a grindstone. Oh, wow. Okay. To produce early grains of infinity. So that way I can get grains of infinity and we can do Ender.io, which is going to require power, but you can use Stirling generators and even this generator here. And again, that's going to require coal or lots and lots of straw. I don't know. Well, I'll work that out. I'll work it out as I go. And you never know what I'm going to get as a quest reward. Now, dimensionally wise, they want you to go in order, I'm assuming. And getting to the bumble zone, I mean, yeah. Once you get there, you can unlock it. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, though. Let's just do a gateway. I'm going to do the gateway here. And that way the zombies are actual. The zombies aggro the vampire hunters, but the spiders don't. So, all right, there's our full source jar. So for right now, I'm just going to put this here. I wonder how big it has to be. Well, we'll find out. I only want to make it a single portal. I don't want to make a big one. Like, that would be just fine. Now, this needs to be to here. Let's shift right click. Wait, let's shift right click. Oh, you sucker. Okay, I screwed up. Right there. So that way it looks like I'm walking out the portal. So that's my home. I hope I have enough to make another one. But I don't. Ah. I got a little bit of Mage Bloom. I will probably replace in my armor, by the way. It is not great. It's not horrible, but it's not great. The upgrades for it are expensive. They cost a lot of iron, and they don't really help you as much as it should. As far as for what it does, for what it costs, right? The cost efficiency is really not that great. I would assume that the mage armor is probably a lot better. I do have some diamonds. I want to make a foundry for tinkers in order to make and then I can recycle diamond. But again, I have to have pyrotheum or blaze blood in order to do that. So let's go check see if we got enough blaze. We do not. You mother. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and do the one and wait for more mage bloom to show up. So from up here, we can put away this one. I even got the ritual ready to go because I was like, heck yeah. So I'm going to travel to the adventure island, or the adventure tower, and then I'm going to set up a waystone portal there. Hopefully it works. That's definitely not enough source node. Easy way down. What's the spin? I am out of source gems. What's this? Jewelry book? Well, it looks like I'm gonna need to go make some more source chips. Hold on. I'm gonna need to let the you gotta have lapis to do this too. So I mean, I have some lapis. I obviously not like a crap ton of anything really, but this faster. No, I was hoping that the flamingo would help me move faster, but it's just not. You know, eventually I'll have a portal everywhere I go. I won't have to. I won't have to do this long tower. I put it up here to get it out of the way to make sure nothing got trampled, and it would just run without having issues. And this has to be full anyway. Each time you do make a portal, it has to be a full jar. So I'll use spells at some point, probably to do more the mining stuff. But I think these two right here are pretty good for mining. And my silk touch brass pick, I replaced the handle on it. I think no, I didn't. I was going to replace the handle on it, but steel does not have magnetic on it, and I want magnetic. If you smelt down ores that are silk touched in the smeltery, you get double. So it is better to do that. 5. And by the time I get back from the adventure tower, hopefully this. Now I made it down 4 levels in the adventure tower. I broke a bunch of spawners, hoping that they would silk touch, and I realized they weren't, so I stopped. But you can get a lot of what you need to get going from those adventure towers. Honestly, between that and the castle, I'm set. It's just a matter of time. It looks like there's one of those trees I need to make the flying ritual. But I still haven't found a Wilden den or any Wildens. So I still have to worry about that yet. I haven't been able to. Okay, hopefully that's enough source gems. So I need to make sure I have enough to make a portal. I don't know if this is gonna be big enough. Wait, what am I doing? I want to take this jar with me. I love this thing. This is probably my favorite pickaxe. Let's put that up. So let's get some more source stone. That should be enough to make it portal. Bucket of water, so if I ever fall, I can try and maybe save myself. All right. There we go. Flamingo. Now we're moving. Yeah, that saves some time. And my other glider broke mid-flight, so watch out for that. That was not fun. Thank you. Why did I come up here? Oh, so I can fly. All right, I got my source jar. Water. I got my scroll that'll go to here. So at least I'll be able to get back home right away. So let's go towards the adventure island. It's only 500 blocks away-ish. It's 449 blocks away, so that's not bad. So if I get a running start, not good. Now, unfortunately, the flamingo doesn't like even if it recharges all the way up. The problem is you have to touch the ground before you can activate it again. Like I'm pushing the button right now, it won't do anything. I did find another source of lava. which is also another source of, power and stuff. So that's good. This is pretty. I was hoping I was going to clear the water. It doesn't look like I'm going to. Man, running might have been faster. And I've killed some cows. I've recycled some of the leather armors and stuff that I've gotten. Um, yeah, I'm gonna clear the water. Nice. And I'm probably gonna get a pet. I'll get a dog. All right. See that glider? Look at how much damage it did. Now I don't know. I should see if I can enchant it. I didn't think about that. But I'll make an iron one, or at least maybe even a diamond one. Who knows? By then I should have enough stuff to create, well, to create stuff. And with the create stuff, I'll be able to make the immersive aircraft. And the immersive aircraft, I mean, because it takes quite a bit to make the immersive aircraft. They didn't want you to start flying right away, that's for sure. It'll help me get to more adventure stuff. So I'm going to make the portal actually down inside the adventure tunnel. The adventure, you're making me out here. Let me in. Let me in. Fine. Because I've got myself a door and some polished andesite. I got enough food, so I should be good. I do want to get some netherrack as well. There's some uses for netherrack in here. Way more than there used to be. I think traveling just to the up top is probably a waste of time. I want to be able to make it to where I can come back here whenever I want. It's unfortunate, though, that I screwed up that scroll. Well, at least I did it live so you guys believe it. Or at least see it. So let's put the portal. This level's pretty much cleared out. So I should be safe. Yeah, let's put the portal right here. And we will put it into the wall. Really? Breaking a torch with a pickaxe doesn't work. It attacks instead. That's stupid. All right. So let's see. I'll take the copper while I'm here. Now you can put vein mining on your tools from Tinkers if it doesn't come with it. But since I already made one that's vein mining, I'm not going to do it. Now let's see if I can make one that's smaller. It might not. I'm almost a little hesitant to even do it. I guess I could have brought my worn book and checked. Ah, crap. So guess who's gonna have to travel all the way back there? All right, I'm gonna be right back. Okay, hopefully I'm back recording. Look, okay, so I had to go back and make more source gems, all this other stuff, and then I bone mealed the living tar out of the mage bloom so that way I could get a whole bunch of the mage string stuff. And the problem that I had was I was supposed to be throwing this. Yeah, you throw it in it, and now it becomes a portal back. Not right click it. I mean, right clicking is great. Teleports you right back to the location that you put it. So that's cool. And now that I know how to make the mage bloom a lot faster, all I have to do is just bone meal it until it gets a ton of string. I'm going to be utilizing that. It only used 90%. That's actually pretty good. So now this should take me home. Ta-da. Now this one is set for that warp spot where I was at. And for sake of argument, I have no idea if I did it wrong, but I went ahead and made it a 100% square. It's underground too. The corners are all source stone. Now what we have to do is wait until we get enough source to make this other portal. And then I can really start going back and forth. But since I know that that's not full, let's go ahead and do the gateway before the end of the episode, and then we'll just call it good. So let's get prepared. This is enough food. The saturation is 80%. That's pretty good, I think. I don't think we're going to need these. Let's put those up. We're going to get a lot of stuff in my inventory. We're going to use our bow. And we're going to do it during the daytime. Hopefully it lets me do it. And these guys are going to go crazy. And let's just make sure everything is claimed. Okay, it's all claimed. So explosions won't kill us. And go. There's not a lot of you guys. So you better get over here. What? Well, what? Because it's at daytime, they died before. Okay. Well, hopefully I got enough to make another gateway. I wanted to do the gateway. I have one more piece of blaze dust. So I have just enough to do this gateway. And if I have to wait till nighttime, I will. I don't know if that's going to work again. If it doesn't work, that's fine. We'll just call it good for the video, and I'll figure out more. This is actually interesting. Oh yeah, if you use your glider during a storm, you can get struck by lightning. And so there's an actual add-on you can do to make it so that you don't. So just keep that in mind. Wow. All right, so it's nighttime. Let's make sure it's dark enough. Take that off. I want it to be night. So that way they don't die from. All right, let's give it a shot. I don't know if this will work. If it blows up again, it blows up again. I'll just figure out. I'll just make a cave or something and fill them in a cave. No sweat. Easy peasy. I'm hoping they drop some items other than just that. Those guys are actually going to get in my way, I think. Ah! Why did they get removed? Huh. Why did they get removed? All right, well, that's going to be good for the video. I'll figure that out. I have a feeling I probably have to go like in a cave, or maybe it's the location. Maybe they're not allowed to be around the vampire hunters area. But now I don't have any blaze rods. I don't think I have any blaze rods. Do I have a blaze rod? I can do it one more time. I'll just do it a ways away. Now, I don't even have a blaze rod. I do have a bunch of these. I have the archwoods. I want to plant one of those. Alright, guys. That's it for the video, I guess. I'm sorry it didn't work out like I wanted it to. I was hoping I could at least do the gateway. Oh, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. Let's plant that over here. The leaf spread on these trees is a little bit much. Anyway, hey, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully everything, was understood that I made, and I did. And we're just working our way into more OP stuff. You know what I mean? Like we're just working our way through it. And until next time, take care. Bye bye.